people of YouTube, my name is Steve Gray and thank you for watching. Today we're going to be talking about the possibility of Final Space Season 4, or what may or may not be happening with the series Final Space. So, based off of a few things, I hate to tell you that right now I'm a little sad, and this is going to be like a depressing video, because it's not looking too great, but there also may be an upside at the end of it, which I will talk about later on. So, for starters, I think I did talk about this limited edition Murder Cake, Mooncake plushie, and the sales of these, they're still available. So, I mean, this is like a limited edition. It says a very limited amount, but if I go here, I still have the ability to buy this if I want it. We are only selling a maximum of 4 plushies to a single customer. However, this has been out since April, correct? April 30th. So this has been out for over an entire month, and yet it's still in stock. So the merchandise sales, you could say, aren't the best, is the best way to describe that. I'm sure they're not bad, but at the same time, they are not great. So if you want to get some Final Space merchandise, some limited edition Mooncake, still available, still widely available for you to purchase at this point in time. Let's go back here. So we have a little bit of an update here back in May, about a month or so ago, for the Netflix release. It says a tiny update on the International Season 3 Netflix release. The last few episodes are being fast-tracked for dubbing purposes, so right now they should be recording them. That's literally all I know as of now. Once I know more, I'll update you. Thanks for being so patient, Oland. Part of the issue, too, with like the Netflix release, a lot of this is in the dark. So, like, he doesn't really know when they're greenlighting it, when it's going to be approved, things along those lines. Which is kind of messed up, because the second this goes to Netflix, I'm sure it's going to blow up. I'm sure my reviews are going to jump to probably 900 views per review, as they have in the past, when Season 1 and 2 got released to Netflix. The main issue is right now, it's not released internationally, so the only people viewing it are in the U.S., you can only watch it on cable. There is not another way to watch it. To my knowledge, there's no way to watch it online legally, I should say. I'm assuming you can probably find it illegally if you look hard enough, but legally, to my knowledge, there is no way to watch it. Maybe on the Adult Swim website, you may have to have some sort of subscription specifically to that, but other than that, there's no way to watch this internationally, not on Netflix yet, which is hurting it, because as I've mentioned before, there's lack of advertisement for the show. TBS still airs it. I've never seen an ad for it on TBS in a very long time. Adult Swim once in a while. Once in a while we will get a preview or something for the next episode, but there's really not a lot of advertisement for it on cable television right now. So we have a little bit more news here. It says the last episode is mixed. Season 3 is finished. There are still 3 episodes left to air in the U.S. and they are dubbing Season 3 right now for international release, which I should find out a date soon. It's been a 5-year journey so far. Still not sure if the journey is over or continuing, but I just want to pop in and say thank you. Thanks for all the support on this little show. It's been such a massive learning experience. Thanks for watching a show that's been such a challenge to watch, with its juggling between 2 networks, taking forever to finally be able to stream it, delays with international viewing. If it is the end, I'll have more thoughts and feelings later, but for now, I appreciate you all. Thanks so much. So this was the post that I saw back a week or so ago, that it was concerning, because this definitely looks like there is not going to be a Season 4. So it took a while for Season 3 to even get renewed, and now it looks like there's little to no hope of there being a Season 4. I know the views on cable can't be that great. They showed the thing at 10:30 on a Saturday, so I mean, yeah, if you're like a teenager or whatever, and you're not going out that Saturday night, and I know a lot of people go out Saturday nights, whether they're a teenager or adult or whatever, you're not around to watch it. I mean, honestly, I can't think of that many people that are at home on a Saturday night at 10:30 that aren't actively trying to do something. I mean, I'm sure there's some homebodies depending on work schedules. There's exceptions to the rule, but typically your Saturday nights people are out doing stuff. So it definitely hurts the views when that's when they're airing it on Adult Swim. I'm not sure. I think it's like 2 episodes behind on TBS. The last time I saw it on TBS, they were on the episode where Fox died. That's not really a spoiler. It's been out for a while. If it is a spoiler for you and you're watching this, well, I apologize. So you can yell at me in the comments down below. But this is concerning because as of right now, we thought there was going to be like 6 seasons. 5 or 6 seasons. We were going to finish off on season 6 based on previous messages that Olin has left on the Facebook page and the Reddit page, etc. But this is looking like season 3 may be all she wrote. So who really knows? Another bad thing that's happening with this is the last 2 episodes got pushed back. So meaning they are technically pushed forward. But this says the last new episodes have new air dates. I have no idea why I wasn't told about this until I asked if it was an error. Haha, it's not an error. We'll roll with it. New times. So the last episode, episode 11, that aired at 10:30 p.m. You know, very simple. The last 2 episodes are airing at 12:30 a.m. at night on technically Sunday morning. Saturday night, Sunday morning, whatever you want to call it. So that is also bad. That means there's not enough people viewing the show for them to want to keep that time slot, so they're probably, knowing Adult Swim, they're going to fill that with either Rick and Morty, American Dad, or Family Guy, because those are the only 3 shows that they actually show at a semi-reasonable time, is the best way to describe it, you know, not 12 at night plus. And people are going to bed by then. I'm usually in bed by 12:30 a.m., not always on a Saturday, but it all depends on what I'm doing, what I need to do the next day. But that's bad. That is not good for the show. 12:30 a.m. is, I call it a dead time slot, really, because, I mean, as I said, how many people are actually up at that time on a Sunday, on a Saturday night? I mean, if you are up at that time, you're probably bumping it in the club, you know, a little bump and grind, things along those lines. But just based on those last 2 posts, I'm getting a little nervous. I'll be honest. I'm getting a little nervous. Final Space Season 3 might be it. The only hope that I can see is depending on how it does on Netflix. Because I think the chances of it actually getting renewed for TBS, because TBS technically owns the show. They own the rights. So somehow Adult Swim got a hold of it too. Maybe they were trying to look at a different audience because, you know, it's kind of it has a little bit of that Rick and Morty feel, sci-fi, funny adventure show feel, even though season 3 has been a little bit more serious, but it does have more of those feel. You know, that's not something you typically see on TBS. Typically, TBS is, you know, your Big Bang Theory, Chad, that terrible show, some new show that has terrible audience scores. By the way, if you look at the audience scores, they have. I'm trying to think what else they have on there. They have American Dad, Family Guy, Big Bang Theory, Chat. I mean, that's what I see on there. Those 3 shows primarily. I think Bob's Burgers might be on there once in a while too, but it's not really a place for sci-fi shows. I mean, you would think, you know, Adult Swim, and I believe there is a Sci-Fi Channel still, to my knowledge, on cable. So you would think that would be where it needs to go, but it's not. I think its days on television are numbered. I think TBS is probably just going to be like, hey, Netflix, you're doing good with this. You ought to buy it for a couple of $1 million. Netflix will say yes. They'll renew it for a couple of seasons, see how it does. We'll probably get to a season 5, possibly on Netflix, if they get a hold to it. But we'll see where the numbers are, because it seems like it does very well on Netflix. When it gets internationally released, I think it's going to blow up a little more. You'll see it back in the news. A lot of people will be watching season 3, and how they do it with Netflix, obviously, is it's not weekly episodes. They release the entire season all at once. So there'll be like a massive hype, I think, for 2 or 3 weeks there. Then it'll probably die down, and maybe we'll get a season 4. But I doubt it. I don't think, if we do get a season 4 at all, it's not going to be on TBS. It's not going to be on Adult Swim. It's going to be on Netflix. That's just where it needs to be. That's where the show thrives. And I don't think it can survive on cable TV, because you got to look at the statistics. Statistically, people that are still, you know, have cable TV, they're older. You know, they're either older millennials that kind of grew up with a TV, or they're Gen X and boomers that are used to it. They don't particularly care for the streaming platforms. That's fine. It is what it is. But they don't want to watch Final Space. That's not their forte. That's not what they're looking for. They're looking for more different content, I guess is the best way to describe it. Pawn Stars, American Pickers, things along those lines, if you will. Not a lot going on the Instagram page. There's Murder Cake there again, Final Space, Olin. A little preview. Let's go ahead, scroll back up. Let's see, this is just back from February. I post my reviews on here too. As you can see on almost every post, I have posted a review. So that way more people get to see it, try to get my name out there a little bit, etc. There's a discussion. Let's see. That's pretty neat. Got a nice little Final Space t-shirt. Nice little drawing there. Another nice little drawing. Some paintings. Not sure who this guy is. Let's see. Intro, final, lingering. I don't know. We're going to skip past him. Only started, but I did binge and I'm caught up. Final Space, the American sci-fi epic I've been waiting for. Never been a big fan of Star Wars. Yeah, I'm not going to read all that. But, someone said they feel like it's weak. I feel the opposite. I feel like, Final Space is doing very well for the people that enjoy it. Because it's nice. It is just a nice show. Season 3 definitely got more serious. I've been enjoying it more than the forced comedy that we've gotten in the past. I might have liked Season 2 a little bit better. I'm not sure if I 100% like the direction they went with Ash, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens in the foreseeable future. So this is Steve Gray. Thank you for watching. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, leave a like, and feel free to comment down below what you'd like me to do for future cartoon and animated videos. Thanks for watching yet again, and as always, have a good one.